Hey, what's up everybody? This is Penn here, and I wanted to do another dedicated video on PC Part Picker and looking at a few different examples that I presented in the past as to where you can get great PC builds from, gaming rigs and things of that nature. And these are great for the all-in-one machine. You know, they serve multiple purposes: gaming, video editing, just rendering, 3D modeling. All of these rigs at a certain price point, you're going to be able to do a lot of things, not specifically just gaming. Gaming is great. So PC Part Picker, right off the back, you see here you get a great AMD build and you get a great enthusiast Intel build. So when we click into this, you see all the parts that comes with the build. You know, it's an introduction. It gives you about the CPU, tells you about the motherboard, the memory, the storage, the GPU, the case, the PCU, the Intel version, and here's all the parts right here. And what I like about PC Part Picker is that it shows you whether or not if any of these selected parts have any compatibility issues. This is great for those starting out or for those who are looking to expand their knowledge, because it tells you what's compatible, what's not compatible, and then it gives you an estimate wattage as well. So those of you that want to watch the wattage, you're going to be expecting this build specifically to have 384 watts. And it's very nice. And then you can buy from Newegg, Amazon, Best Buy. Then they have a total here, and then you can say buy from Amazon. And here's some compatibility notes for some extra features. And here's some it's going to be some additional notes in the comment section as well. So when you're on PC Part Picker, do your research, do your, do some reading on these things. I mean, there's nothing wrong with taking the extra time out to read and to see what you like for your build to have. I know that the holidays are going to be coming up in a few months, and people are going to be looking to have a new PC along with their new gaming console, whether it's the Xbox or the PlayStation, or heck, you may just plan on, going all three routes and picking up, three. And it's a great time to get into the PC as far as either building or getting pre-builds done for you by you selecting your parts. And it's a great time to do research on YouTube, Google, ask questions in the forums, on Reddit, on here. And it's just overall, in my opinion, the better community if we're just referring to just PlayStation and Xbox overall. But let me go to the Intel side right quick, and same layout, giving you some stuff. Got your devices here and the comments. Now, what's pretty cool about this is that it's something called build guides and completed builds. I'm gonna go to build guides first. You see here, these are just recommended setups. If you like AMD, heck, here's a recommended setup. This is an excellent AMD gaming / streaming build. And think about it, with today's technology, especially with NVIDIA, you no longer need a separate PC for streaming. Before, when there were streamers on Twitch, they had a PC for gaming, and then they had a dedicated PC for streaming. That is no longer the case. With things like OBS and the new NVIDIA encoder, you can stream and record everything through your graphics cards, meaning that this new technology or this feature allows you to have just one computer, and then you can have as many monitors as you want for the superior multitasking ability, which is great. So look into that if you haven't already. This is very solid. A little over $1,200 for a PC these days. That'll last you a few years for sure. Intel the same. another good one. And all of these are recommended. Now these are, this is a glorious, and this is around the price range of what I paid for mine initially back in December of 2017. The bill still stands strong today. Of course, I did some minor upgrades to it since then, but still a beast. Yeah, so, and this is desktop gaming, and they got entry level, so they have something for everyone. Don't get too shooken up or afraid or about these price points, whatever the case may be, or don't feel like you have to spend a bunch of money in order to get a solid rig going. That is not the case. They have budgets and price points for everyone here, and it is very, very nice. Completed builds, excuse me, is interesting. Now I must dial this back to about the range that I paid, right around there, close to 2,600 initially. And you see here, it's yeah, so here is you're going to be able to see the community completed builds here. So, and you can sort by price. You could do build type, laptop based, component all. You could feature by or filter by AMD or Intel, whether you want the CPU overclocked or not, the specific CPU socket type, a specific CPU cooler, a certain video card, or just whether you want SLI or Crossfire enabled, the case type, a mid tower, a mini tower, a full tower rig. And as you can see, this has thousands of pages where people have posted their builds and becoming successful with their research and putting it together and asking questions, being involved in the community. And it's nice. I'll just click on this one, and this is a streaming and gaming build that this user has put together, and this is the full list here, and they even give you a full price breakdown here. And as you can see, this has a wattage of 473 watts. This has a green compatibility, so it's fine. There's the CPU cooler, the Corsair, okay, until the i7-9700K, okay, great. The Z390 Pro motherboard, that's nice. And this is an extremely solid build, and it gives you this nice charts and price list, part list price history. Pretty dope. So I would definitely include this in your toolkit when you are doing any build for that matter, whether it's streaming based, gaming based, all-in-one HTPC, or like a custom based workstation. PC Part Picker has it all, and it is a very solid resource that you can use in order to get your prices and your compatibility of parts correctly so that you can assemble it. Now, there's always deals going on when it comes to the PC. Oftentimes are not people who are invested into the PC platform, whether it's builds or pre-builts, or they're looking on sites to buy. The money, 9 times out of 10, is often spent more intelligently. Excuse me. You're going to be spending more upfront in most cases, but overall you're going to be getting a better value. So this is iBuyPower, and I'm not going to do a full overview of their site, but as you can see here, this is one of the sites that I presented in the past, and very similar to CyberPower PC, and Origin PC as well. Right now they have a custom PCs an extra 5% off, and then They got some additional $50, off, depending on if you enter a coupon code here. And they're advertising the Intel 10th Gen cores is available now. And for those of you that are on the market, looking for a starter kit or just a place to get an AMD base build, a laptop, or even Intel, this is a pretty good site to check out. Do your research, watch some videos, see, what people recommend, what people don't recommend. That's all. CyberPower. This is a site I initially used when I first got my build. I selected everything inside of it, swapped out the power supply. When I got it, I took the case off to make sure everything was plugged in and secure, which for the most part it was, besides the CPU cooler. But it was just a easy, plug it in into the motherboard and it was fine. Generally speaking, they're always got some deals going on this site as well. They got feature promotions. You can free upgrade your RAM. They got a gaming gear special. Usually for my PC parts, for mouse pads, keyboards, mouses, HDMI cords like that, I'll generally stick with Amazon. But they got some pretty good deals on this site as well. So I wouldn't be too quick to write them off. You can always look at your options to see what you would prefer, and you can see their website is a very nice UI, and this would be a great place to start as well when it comes to PC. And you can watch some reviews. There's some stuff on YouTube where people had some experiences. Some had good experiences, some didn't, just depends. And yeah, there's their contact information down here, their phone number, sales department, customer tech and support. So hit this company up if you're interested. Origin is very nice as well. They have laptops, accessories, and gaming. And you can do custom, you can do hybrid, ready to ship. And I've heard that they make excellent computers. So if you're into just buying pre-builts and you want to just get it over with, you can also get a pre-built from any of these sites, and then while you're doing that, watch some videos and start taking some notes on how to replace your RAM, or how to replace your power supply, or just how to remove your graphics card and reseat it, how to add a hard drive to your desktop rig, just so that if any situation occurs hardware wise, you have the knowledge and the ability to actually replace it successfully, which is basically what I did. I mean, my rig from 2017 that I ordered, that came in 2018, the new year, it wasn't built from PC Part Picker. I'll later visit this site and discover this site, and it is an excellent source. So my next build would be from PC Part Picker most likely, or I may go with CyberPower again. But once again, I know how to replace everything in my computer. So take off the cooler, add more fans to it, add more RAM, switch out the graphics cards, put it back together, switch out the power cables, add a hard drive, add SSDs. I did all that from just Google and YouTube. You can do it too. It's not hard, and it didn't take months to do it. It's just literally, I saw a few videos. Each time I wanted to do something to my rig, whether it was to add a fan, or add a hard drive, or add more RAM, I just saw a video on it. So I YouTube what I wanted to do. I saw a few videos on the topic and I did it myself. Now, did I had a couple of failures along the way? Absolutely. Did it take long for me to do it? No, not at all. So, and at this point in 2020, I'm pretty much, know what I'm doing when it comes to a rig or a build. So I could do pre-built PC Part Picker, it really don't matter. This is a game on knowledge and repetition. Gotta practice. That's really what it comes down to. This is another good source. So logical increments. As you can see, you don't need to spend a whole bunch of money. I showed this site off in the past when I did my how to build an HTPC playlist a while ago, and this just proves that you don't need to spend, you know, over $2,000 or even $1,500 for a decent build. Now, if you want something that can last you quite a while, I would recommend you spend at least $1,200 or more, but $1,200 or less isn't bad either. You will get your build based off of your budget. That's really what it's come down to. Right here, this is my range. This is the enthusiast range. I would never spend 5K. I probably spent close to 3K at this point on my rig. So I'm like the second to the highest level of spending, which is so I will be between, at this point I will be between an enthusiast and an extremist. But monstrous, you know, that's a lot, you know. But you can spend that on a PC. I mean, you can spend as high as this, or you can spend as low as 252. I mean, that's totally up to you. Now I'm going to get into the software side. So I did a little overview on the hardware parts, not anything too specific, 'cause I don't want to like make this video super duper long. But I have an example. So this is a software, this is a game on PC, and it's called Shadow Warrior 2. On Steam it is listed as $40. Okay, now what I mean when I said earlier in the video, as people who are on PC and they're into the software such as games, for example, they visit CdKeys sites, and you know, 9 times out of 10 people like to spend their money more intelligently, and instead of paying just 60 for something or for a piece of software, you know, you pay less and you get more. That's the name of the game these days. And this is the new CdKeys. They didn't totally revamp their UI layout, but it does look different from when I last showed it on my channel. Hence, this is an update to it. So CdKeys covers not only PC but PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo. So I'm going to type in Shadow Warrior 2, and we're going to see the price. So Shadow Warrior 2 on CdKeys is $19.27. On Steam it's $40. Now this is priced out. It would originally been $46.54, but I'm getting it at $19.27. That is a pretty significant savings here, folks. And that is what I mean by when you invest in a PC, the PC invests right back into you. Get our stuff cheap. There's no reason to pirate games, or I guess steal or do or underhanded tactics when you're on a platform, because the software is already at a huge discount. There's no need to. But everyone has their personal preference in how they like to use their personal computer, which is fine. I'm just showing you a different option and what you can do when you have this rig assembled. So with that being said, this is Penn signing out. 9 times out of 10 I may have a live stream coming up later on today. It's going to be another Q&A stream while I have some gameplay in the background. Going to be gaming. You know, so have your questions prepared if you plan on asking questions. If not, just enjoy the show. So peace out. Goodbye.